Hello, everyone. Welcome to Crit Hit Chronicles and the first ever horror campaign of the show with Whispers of Sarah, a Kids on Bikes miniseries game by Hunters Entertainment. Before we go anywhere, we do have some content warnings. The safety of our performers and our audience is of top priority. We are going to feature themes of horror, death, paranormal activity, betrayal, and trauma. If you feel uncomfortable with any of these themes, as much as we love and appreciate your support, if you are uncomfortable, please do not partake in the story. You are loved, you are appreciated either way. Period. That's it. End of story. Um, in addition, just as a fun little thing, there's going to be a link rolling through the chat to a merch store for Critic Chronicle stuff. There may be some Whispers of Sarah stuff already on the shop in case you want to pick up a t-shirt or a hoodie. So before we begin tonight's story, we are missing our beloved Keon. Keon unfortunately rolled his ankle, so he is currently getting looked at. We want him to get all of the care and the love and the good vibes. So if we don't have Keon tonight, know that we will have him next time. So in case you're wondering what that big like empty space is, it's our beloved Keon. I mean, can't see him. But before we begin, we have some players to introduce. So let us start with V.
That's me. Hi. I'm V. That's me.
Yeah. Where okay. Who are you playing tonight?
This is actually we should have had this conversation before. Cuz I'm used to doing the stuff at the end. So this is
Ah.
very you're flipping it on its head.
Curveball.
Yeah. Hi everybody. I'm V. You can find me on the internet at V is for vampire because my name is V and I like vampires.
Yeah. Up next we have Justin.
Hey everybody, how's it going? Thank you for tuning in tonight. My name is GM Justin. I'm playing Eric Ramos tonight. You can find me on all my socials at Forever GM Justin. You can also find me at Roll D5, where we specialize in playing indie TTRPGs. And yeah, I'm happy to be here. Excited.
Sweet. And V, what was your character's name? We didn't hear it before.
Oh my god, Megan Heather. I'm playing Megan Heather. Hi, my name is V, and I'm playing Megan Heather.
Take 3.
That's
Got it.
me.
Nailed it.
Yes, yeah. Third time is the charm, they say.
Yes. Up next we have Daryl.
Hello, I'm Daryl, and I will be playing Edwin Zane, also known as Easy. I'll get to where you can find me at a later time because it's not what Cujo asked for, V.
Oh. It's not a big deal. Oh my god. And then we have Kenzie.
Hi, I'm Kenzie. I will be playing Mallory or Lori Byrne.
All right. So the story begins. It V.
Sorry, fucking
don't be.
Daryl. Just it's fine. It's fine. It is after midnight for me because I live in Iceland. So
Yeah.
I'm just gonna chalk it up to that. It's fine.
Yeah. It's all
But
good.
I'm here because I love you, so it's fine.
Our story begins in between two towns in the in a rainy, awful, foggy night. We see a set of headlights driving through an old, beaten up dirt road in betwixt the trees. Betwixt. I worked betwixt into a session. That's right.
Nice.
Bring it, Mercer. I don't know. Uh, um, the actually, before we go anywhere, hey Daryl, we want to describe your car.
Sure. What year is this?
This
A
is
few
gonna be
years before
2023.
2023. Okay. Yeah, screw it. This is before he finds his fortune, so it's a older Bronco.
Mm.
He has not made his money yet. This is the car he bought himself working through school. So this is not the come up yet. It's a nice car, but it's an older Bronco.
Okay. All right.
Something that he takes obviously good care of. He has like there's no rust holes on it. The mileage is high, but he's replaced the parts that need replacing.
Mm,
Uh,
okay.
and it has a newer radio. It has a newer radius. Like he could probably take this to like a vintage car show, and it'd be all right.
All right.
Like OJ would have drove this. Sorry.
Don't be.
Or at the very least, no cowling, right? Just at the very least.
Yes. Oh
uh,
god.
the car continues through as it approaches a large two-story manor in various states of disrepair. The roof is starting to cave in a little bit. The front gates remain closed with a chain, and the car slowly pulls up to that gate just as the rain slowly starts to light up just a little bit. Uh, the gate stands chained shut. It is old iron. Uh, what do you all do? And just for fun, why don't we go around and give character descriptions as you guys take your first actions of this game? Who wants to go first?
Okay, screw it. Everyone's being all shy. Um, Edwin is about 6'1", maybe like 180 pounds. Looks like he works out, but not to the point of yeah, this is all I do. It just looks like he tries to stay in consistent shape. Um, Usually dresses in more like not in athletic gear like I'm currently wearing, but collared shirts, maybe some short sleeve collared shirts. Why are you updating right now, Steam? I didn't even open you. Sorry, Steam just started
Damn
updating
you,
randomly.
Valve.
um, uh, Usually dressed in a more semi-professional student manner of just like
Okay,
I don't want to look like I just rolled out of bed,
fair.
but also not trying to put too much effort into it. He also has a low fade. A lot of the other features are just a younger version of me. So just imagine me, but
Fair.
younger and smaller.
Entirely
Before
fair.
I started shaking the head and all that stuff.
All right. Um, do you step out to take care of the gate? What is your plan?
Uh, I would actually look at Eric and I go, "Did you?" Actually, I just kind of sweep to a general thing, just like, okay, I was just providing the ride. Did anybody bring bolt cutters? Because I was just asked to drive.
Of course, we brought bolt cutters with us. Come on, man. You think I'm not I'm not prepared for something like this?
Look, I'm just the one with the car. That is the
That
extent
you were
of
still
my
an accessory.
participation.
You're still an accessory to crime, homie. I'm sorry.
We're
Shh,
doing
no
it
one
for
can
the
prove I
content,
was here.
guys. It's fine. Nobody comes up
So
here anyway. Nobody's gonna care.
yeah. So even if they did care, again, we're all still going to be into it, but it's okay. We're not even talking about that. That's not nothing's going to happen. It's fine. And I will for Eric's description. He's a 5'10" Latino. He has a goatee. He has plenty of tattoos across his body. Has a couple ear piercings and some spider bites. He's pretty muscular for the most part and dresses pretty casually when he's not at work or at school. So in this case, he'd probably be in like in a t-shirt, some jeans, and some Vans.
All right. Sounds good. Um, in addition to Eric and Edwin, uh, we have Lori, Megan, and Sarah. Sarah, uh, Sarah Adler is currently sitting with arm around Lori in the back seat, and she says, "Okay, this actually looks a little creepier than I was expecting. I kind of like it though."
I think I made that clear before all of this was happening that this was going to be creepy.
I'm all for it though. Like I was a little on the fence before, but now that we're here, like, oh, this is so cool.
I am all the way on the fence, sitting there comfortably.
It'll be fine. Right, guys? It'll be fine.
Exactly. It'll be fine. It'll be a good time. We're just gonna check this place out and see what other spooky shit's going on and enjoy the night.
If nothing, it'll make for some really great Instagram posts.
Yeah.
So
Exactly. So
Yeah. I'm really hoping that Latinos Against Spooky Shit guy sees my stuff. Like,
oh, the
seriously.
dream.
I know.
yes.
It'd be so cool.
Could you
But-
I think you
imagine?
all might have different genres of social media than I do.
Do you not know who Latinos Against Spooky Shit? Okay, so Latinos Against Spooky Shit is like actually like really cool. Like
Super hilarious.
yeah, so funny. Like just like on it all the time.
Okay.
100% everything that like I relate so much to all of his content. So it's like my grandma does the same thing. My mom does the same thing. I do that too.
Did you see that one episode where like it was like mom and grandma like together? Like he was kind of like having that conversation back and forth. Like I saw your family in that like it was perfect.
It was so
Oh,
cute.
100%.
Eric, I just want to point out the irony to you that his whole deal is that he's against the spooky shit and you're here actively going for it.
He's against it. I'm for it. I mean,
All right. You get your Vicks Vapor Rub?
yes, and then you're gonna see as I pull out like my my little backpack, and I have a little bit of Vicks Vapor Rub, and I'll also pull out a little lemon too.
Yeah.
Very
Before-
important.
Mhm.
Let's get quick character descriptions from both Lori and Megan. We'll start with
Mhm.
Lori.
Lori has kind of shoulder length brown curls and is always, no matter what situation, dressed like an androgynous Ivy League professor minus the tweed. So like long sleeve button downs, usually some sort of small pattern on them, sweaters, slacks, shoes that are not made for the wet in the muck. Um, yeah, that is her.
All right. And Megan.
So Megan is a remnant of a Visco girl. So oversized shirt, but like tight jeans, and then Vans that like the checker Vans. And then we have a scrunchie, but like her hair's not like super long. It's kind of like shoulder length and kind of like wavy. But she wears it up in like half up with that scrunchie. So she's got a tiny little like ponytail or a bun. You can, it probably started out as a bun and then like hairs kind of eventually fell out. So it's kind of a little messy. But yeah, she's it's like a dirty blonde hair and then light eyes. Very, very pale.
All right. Sarah mimics a little bit of Lori's style, with a little bit more of like a pop flare, loose ponytail. But she's definitely wearing a hoodie of Latinos Against Spooky Shit. She's one of those that bought merch. So it's a little oversized, like deep red, and she's wearing some sneakers and some nice jeans. But she says, "Okay, so the bolt cutters plus gate equals." Are we gonna go in, Eric? You're gonna do the magic trick for us?
Okay, I'll do it. And at that point, what is it? I'm gonna exit out the door, exit out, go towards the trunk, and then tap it a couple times. Easy, open it. Da, da, da.
You are muted, Edwin.
I can't hear you. Roll down the window.
Why do you have a rolling window?
Because I said it's an old Bronco.
Yeah, I know. No, no, that's Sarah going, why do you still
Oh.
have why are we in this car?
Do you have a car?
No.
Then shut the fuck up.
Whatever.
Pestering the ride did not do anyone any favors because the ride can leave.
Mm,
Yes. More, less yappy, more OP.
You hear the as he like pulls the thing so the little window pops open and then you can reach inside and open it so it lays out.
Um, as Eric, you reach in to get the bolt cutters, I would like you to make a brains check.
It's too early for this shit, man.
Ooh, okay. Brains check. Let's go. Uh, that is going to be a 17.
17. With a 17, as you approach the gates, you can see an old, faded out sign that looks like it fell off of the gate at some point. The majority of it is faded, but you can make out the words "keep out." Um, there was some more to the message, but unfortunately, a lot of that had been rubbed away. But you do see the telltale sign of "keep out."
I'll look at it, nod my head, and then proceed to bash. What is it? Uh, uh, cut the lock. There you go. Sorry,
Okay.
words are hard.
And for that, go ahead and just for fun, give me a brawn roll. And we'll say it's a difficulty 7.
Okay.
It's just 7. It's fine.
That's a 6.
It's a 6. You do start with 2 adversity tokens. So you can use
Alrighty.
those one for one to buff your roll. Or if it is in a group setting, you can, depending on the check, use that to buff somebody else's roll.
Yeah, I'm not about to make myself look a little weak, especially in front of my girlfriend and everybody else. So it's just I'm going to use that.
Okay, fair enough.
You actually hear me go out the window. Need a little help there, buddy?
No, I'm fine. You stay in there with and just hold on.
You hear the chink and then the sound of chains rusted falling to the ground. The gate is now unlocked for you.
I'll head over there and I'll like look easy, like square in the eyes as I go and put them back into the trunk.
Okay.
Oh, so strong. Hercules. Get in the fucking truck.
The gates squeak very loudly and audibly into the night as they slowly open and the path continues towards what looks like a very broken down driveway in front of the large double doors of the manor. The car. Oh, go ahead.
He was he goes, now normally in the horror movie, this is when someone says, you know, we should turn back now, right? So anybody? Bueller?
Lori?
Tony's.
Did the TikTok guy say anything about like not doing this stuff in the middle of the night?
Oh, all the
Literally
time.
every
All the
single
time.
Every
time. I'm
single
with you.
episode.
And I feel
Yeah.
like all
Lori,
of you
it's me and
already
you.
disregarded those notions, and here we
Mhm.
are.
Mhm.
Lori, it's me and you. It's me and you. We're on the same page. Again,
Okay.
I am just the ride. Like, I've got my getaway. What y'all
You were,
gonna do?
you were
That's
just
it.
right, but you are not going to leave us because then you are going to have to be the one to explain to my mom, who's going to end up having to beat your ass for leaving me here.
That's actually a really good point.
Mm-hmm. It's true.
You know his mom. She'd beat
He
your
just
ass.
he just looks at you all as he puts it into drive and just goes forward.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The Bronco slowly pulls up, and the wooden steps of the manor are very much in a state of disrepair. Several steps have been caved in. The porch itself is starting to kind of fall down. Like the upper roof part is sort of half collapsed at this point. Also, hi Rara, congratulations, we love you. Um, uh, but the doors do seem relatively still accessible. Several of the windows seem to be blown out. Some have been boarded up. You can see that nature has somewhat reclaimed a lot of the exterior. So you see a lot of the bushes and vines sort of having overtaken the stone and brick walls of the building itself. Um, but the car pulls up. What do you guys do?
Lori will open the back door and step out and open probably an umbrella just big enough for one person and hold that up.
Sounds good. Sarah will climb out after you and then like cuddle with you under that one teeny umbrella. Okay, maybe we could have probably picked a night when it wasn't raining, but
You
you know,
think?
it's fine. Okay,
That
you know what? You know what? This attitude is it's okay, it's can
I'm
keep.
here, aren't I?
It's true. It's true. And I'm very thankful for you. And she like
Okay.
waves you a tight hug around the waist.
Yes. Okay.
It'll be fine. We're here for like 20 minutes and then we'll head back home. We'll take some pictures, we'll take some video, and then we'll make a video and then we'll be out of here. It'll be fine.
Just to be
And
clear, we're just doing this out in front of the building so it can be seen that we're there, right?
no, dude. We're actually going to go
yeah.
inside of it.
Yeah.
No, no one is walking through that front door.
Oh,
Come
come on.
on.
Come
Could
on.
collapse at any moment. Do you see the state of it?
Yeah,
It
but it hasn't. And it's been like 30 years that this place has stood without collapsing. So
Takes
what's one
one.
more night?
Takes one.
Okay.
I mean,
Well,
these old houses, they have much better bones than like modern construction does anyway. So, I mean, yeah, I think if this was like a newer place, I'd be more concerned. But I mean, just like be careful where you step. Like, but the walls are probably fine.
yeah.
yeah. And Easy seems super excited to go inside anyway, right?
You see Easy click the lock on on his door and just brings out his phone.
Ugh, boring. Hey, Megan, is Tony okay? Tony's on his way back, right? Is he going to meet up with us?
Um, I don't know. I guess it depends like how long we're here. He's got a thing tonight. He got
Okay.
held up, and then traffic and yada yada yada.
No,
So,
it's all good.
but I got a text from him a little bit ago. He says he'll try and meet us up. So
Yeah.
I'll like go into the Maps app and I'll like drop him a pin. And I'll just let him know that like that's where we are, and and I'll say like if you show up before we're done, yay. But like if not, you
Yeah,
know,
like we can just
uh
meet him later. It's fine.
yeah, I mean, worst case, we'll go to the diner and he'll meet us there and he can look at all the pictures and then be super jealous that he wasn't here.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Okay. So, um, let's do. Oh, she takes her own phone out and starts recording just the exterior, with the flash on, of course. Um, uh, eventually, just a couple moments go by before she says, "Okay, I think we're ready. Who wants to come in?"
Not happening.
Ugh,
Lori
what?
has an
Come on.
actual flashlight and is shining it like through the windows in the house, trying to see if it does look like it's gonna just collapse when messed with.
Make me a brains roll.
Okay.
I'll say your difficulty's 5.
Okay, well, I rolled a 3.
Okay. It's a little iffy. It's a little difficult to tell. I mean, this thing has been here since the 60s, um, and has been clearly abandoned for probably just as long. So 50-50.
Okay, Sarah, I guess I just kind of need a jog my memory. What is your goal?
Well, it's like a creepy old house. We film a bunch of stuff. We might even try like maybe I brought like a bit of fishing line. Maybe we can like sort of like fake a haunting in here, film it, and then tag the TikTok guy and see if it goes viral. Just have fun with it. That's the whole point.
Oh my god.
I'm a little bit of a diehard. Okay, don't judge me too hard.
It's okay. It's understandable.
Mhm.
Y'all better not go up in there.
Oh, we're gonna go
That's-
in there.
Yeah, we're going in there.
We're gonna go in there. We gonna
You're
go
I
in
not
there.
don't.
gonna go
Okay,
in?
I'm gonna tell you this right now. If you go in there and something happens to you, I'm gonna tell your mama that it was your idea.
That's fine. That is
I
fine.
was
I am
just
scared of that
around.
woman just as much as you are.
Obviously not scared enough because you're still going up in there. I
It's
have a
worth the risk. It's worth the risk.
she.
It's worth the risk.
I've
All right,
seen her throw
fine.
chocolate at you.
Edwin,
Never missed. She
easy.
never missed.
You
I
don't
don't know
have to
she
come
has
in
that.
if you don't want to. Lori, you don't have to come in if you don't want to. We'll be in and
Megan?
out. This can be relatively quick. You guys can chill with the rain and the creepy woods, and we'll be out in 20 minutes.
10 minutes.
18 minutes.
12.
That's closer to yours.
Yeah,
15.
I'm just saying. It'll be fine. I
15
promise.
is directly in between. I like that number.
All right, fine.
Okay.
15 minutes it is.
So who's all going? I know me, Sarah. Who else? Who else is going? I know Easy's out. I got that.
Yeah, and if he's out, then I guess I'll just hang out here too because, if something happens to him and none of us are here, I don't know. I
Okay.
think I'd feel safer if somebody was with somebody, like the safety in numbers or whatever.
Never
sure?
fully split the party type deal.
Yeah, I mean,
What is your little D&D game?
Okay. What you're not going to do is get in my. Hey. Now,
I'm not
as you
judging. I'm not
adjust
judging.
glasses.
This is the least judgy face ever. It's fine. Just saying. Sounds like a D&D game.
All right, Megan, take care of Easy, and make sure that nothing too scary happens to him. And I'll be back in a little bit, babe.
yeah. I mean, I also kind of want to make sure that he's not going to drive off, right? Like,
Lori, you don't have to come in if you don't want to. It's okay.
I'm not coming in, but I'm not staying by the car. Okay, I'll walk. I'll be by the door. I'll be by the front door, but I'm not coming in.
Okay. Okay. And she like takes your hand and like holds you close. You guys start walking up the steps to the
I think-
house.
I think before I leave, I will reach over and grab Megan's hand and give him a kiss. And be like, be back shortly, and drinks on me tonight.
deal.
The camera would definitely pan to Easy's face, just like, the fuck was that?
You guys approach the doors to the house, and Sarah, just for fun, does one last little like selfie video of like you guys about to enter until the door refuses to give.
That's
Okay.
see, look it. It's a sign. We just turn back around.
It's
All this
not a
way, and we're
sign.
turning around. Mm-mm.
It's not a sign. Hold on, real quick. And I would like to try and open the door.
Okay, go ahead and make me another brawn check. Given that this is older wood, this is going to be another difficulty 5.
Okay. Okay, that's a 7.
Okay. It only takes you one try to shoulder the door, and it opens up with a loud crash, followed by the sound of dust and everything sort of billowing in. And you are immediately met with the smell of old furniture, just like mildew and mold that has sort of spread throughout the house. Okay, that's gross.
Mm,
We should have brought masks.
that might have been a good idea.
Shit. That's a good idea. Okay. We'll see you in a few minutes.
You sure
Lori
you wanna join
squeezes
us?
her hand that she's holding. Okay, here, take this actual flashlight.
Oh my god. Fine. Okay. And she takes the flashlight. But she's like smiling the whole time, like, okay. I love you.
I love you too. I just think you're being kind of stupid.
What? Once upon a time, you liked that.
I guess I'm still here, so I guess I still kind of like it.
She leans forward and gives you a kiss.
Oh, how cute.
Okay, go get your stupid video.
Okay. We'll be back soon.
Okay, bye.
Okay, bye. So, Eric and Sarah, you venture inside the house. The first thing that you can see is that you're stepping into a somewhat cramped foyer. There is there are two small like end tables that look like they were once meant to hold keys and or picture frames, that sort of thing, that have long since broken down, either from the mold or from something else. um, you can spot that there are some signs that others have found their way inside. You see um, some graffiti marks, you see beer cans, you see some old cigarette butts. Um, but there is a door to the left and to the right after you enter into that foyer. Which way do you go?
Mm, I think I think what I'll look to do is probably slowly enter in, taking everything in, and then I want to get up to the second story because
Okay.
yeah.
Um, Sarah has both regular flashlight and phone flashlight with video going at the same time. And she's like excited, but also walking behind you and like following your steps as you go further and further through the house.
Okay, Sarah. So I have to ask, where do you want to go? Because I'm down to go to the second story. I'm down to check out wherever. There
Oh my
might be a
God.
basement here. I'm not entirely sure. I'll go
Oh,
wherever. You tell me.
oh man. Um, oh, the second story would be really cool. I think it would be
Okay.
really cool. Okay.
All
Okay.
right. Cool.
Just for fun, make me a grit roll as
Ooh,
you're
okay.
starting to step into an old, dusty, kind of creepy abandoned house. Let's see how you handle it.
It's a 2.
It's a 2. Okay. As you and Sarah start moving through, uh, you hear something in the corner. It's this teeny little rustle, and Sarah immediately clings to your back. Um, you can spot through the door on the right that there is a staircase that goes up, but you can hear a little bit of rustling, like in the corner, like in the floor.
Sarah,
Come on.
you're the one with the flashlight pointing in
Oh,
that
fuck,
direction.
fuck, fuck. And she like aims it over your shoulder, and
Mhm.
you see a rat like quickly skitter across the floor.
It's just a
Be
rat.
careful with the rat. She shouts towards the front door. Um,
You hear back, do not go in the basement.
what? No, we're going upstairs, not downstairs.
Great.
We'll go into the basement later.
Yeah, that'll be
No
the next part.
basement. Basement, I'm saying it's off limits.
Whatever, Mom. I'm just kidding. I love you.
All right.
While this is happening, let's cut back to Easy, Megan, and Lori. Lori, you are standing by the door, sort of peeking in, I assume, kind of keeping your eye as best you can. Okay.
Mhm.
Um, Megan and Easy, what are you guys doing?
How long have you and Eric been that close that he's kissing your hand?
Why does Eric do anything that he does? It's just he's just I don't know. We're just close friends.
And I definitely heard him call you babe like twice.
So you call me babe?
I,
You call that girl that like you go to like soccer practice with babe?
I guess okay. Sorry, that threw me out because I guess I just play soccer now.
Yeah, you do. Yes, this is what these games
Improv
are all
lore.
about. Look. In this time of the year, you play soccer. Other times of the year, you play basketball. You are just a sports guy. So
Yeah, we call her Babe after Babe Ruth. We all call her Babe. It's a colloquial nickname because she's strong as shit.
okay, and
She can kick the ball from one side to the other.
I mean, you guys do realize that Babe Ruth was a baseball player, right? Like not a
Y-
soccer player. So
It
like
was
it's
it's
kind of silly to like call somebody who's like really good at soccer Babe, and then try and say it has to do with Babe Ruth, right? Like
okay.
you get that, right?
She's also a two sport athlete. She also plays softball.
Okay, well
So
there
it's
you
a
go.
crossover thing. It's a crossover
Okay,
thing, but
all
it's an
right.
actual nickname for her. For that, that sounded a little bit more intimate. You
I
can
call
see my con-
everybody. No,
you,
no. I
you
think you're
call
reading too much
everybody
into it.
hun. You call
Yes,
everybody hun like a
yes.
mom. Yeah, because that's a mom nickname. Him kissing your hand and calling you babe. Hey, drinks are on me. That's some other shit.
I bought drinks last time. Drinks are on him tonight. I don't know why you're getting so caught up about this.
I'm not getting caught up. I feel like you're getting caught up, and now you're trying to evade the question.
What question have I evaded? I have answered every
Are you
question.
fucking my best friend, Megan? I ain't got time for all that other bullshit. Is that's what's happening here? And does he know that we're to? Because I feel. Hold on, because this could be a misconception of us just keeping our shit on the low as well. Does he fucking know?
Have you told him?
I've
Have you
mentioned that
told
I'm seeing
your best friend about us?
I've mentioned that I'm seeing somebody.
Yeah, but you haven't mentioned me, right? Like me specifically?
No, no, I have not.
Then no, he doesn't know.
So very clever try to put this back on me. I see what you did there. You're very clever. You're very charming. I can see why. Hmm. I get out of the car.
Okay. As you get out of the car, a breeze rolls through the trees, and for a moment, you could swear you heard a little laugh in the distance somewhere. Just for a moment.
Hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Now I'm hearing shit. Okay. So either my girl's cheating on me with my best friend, or my best friend just said, fuck it, I'm gonna cheat on my best friend and doesn't give a fuck about the friendship. Now I'm hearing shit. They about to die in this house. I feel like I'm gonna get blamed somehow because I'm the one black dude here. Naturally, it's gonna be me.
And with that, we're going to cut back to Eric and Sarah. The both of you make your way up those stairs. And there's still that uneasy sort of tremble in your movements, both from the stairs, maybe not being the most well kept thing ever, but also you just feel this weight on your mind and on your heart. Like you're passing by picture frames of a family, um, glass long since shattered, the pictures themselves rotted away, um, and you just feel this heaviness as you go further up the stairs. Okay.
So, Sarah, how serious are you and Lori?
Oh, we're great. Lori's seriously. Also, side note, thank you for the distraction. Lori
No,
is like the smartest person I know. Like they're
oh,
seriously. I I didn't. I hadn't really thought about how awkward this might be. Because like you've met Lori a couple times, but this is a little something new. But I figured maybe this could be a way for you guys to get to know her a little bit better.
hey,
You
as
know.
long as she makes you happy, that's all that really matters to me.
Oh, so sweet.
I know it's crazy. I can be sweet sometimes. Not always an asshole.
I don't know. It feels like 98% of the time you're an asshole. I say that with
Ouch, that
love.
hurts.
I say
That
it with
hurts.
love.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever.
That's like saying, let me shoot you with this honey covered bullet.
I'm
It
just
it
saying. Besides, how are you and Megan doing?
we're doing pretty good. I think
Yeah.
so. Having a good time. Just you
Hmm.
know, dating, just seeing where things go. Seems like a good time.
Interesting. Interesting. Um, what's interesting too is I didn't need to, you know, I didn't need to go to school to realize that something was going on between you two. So it's nice to see that you guys are, making each other happy and hanging out and all that.
Yeah, we'll see where things go. I just it's I don't know. I we're words are being hard or are difficult right now, and it may
Mm,
just be because I am flustered and also
mm-hmm.
because we're in this house. So I don't
Sure.
know what to say right now.
I'll blame the creepy house. I see.
Anyway,
Uh, eventually, you come up after a very slow moving pace up the stairs. You come to the landing. You can see closet doors leading to a sort of linen closet, uh, two doors that look like they could lead to bedrooms, and one open door that looks like it leads to an old bathroom. Um, what do you think? Where do you think we should go?
obviously not the bathrooms or anything like that. Let's check out the inside of one of the rooms and see what the hell's in there. There may be something cool that's left around.
Okay. Uh, as you move forward towards one of the bedrooms, there's an old dusty mirror that's on the wall,
Mm-hmm.
and Sarah's still got the flashlight and the phone going. So there's a little bit of a reflection off of the mirror as you pass, but as you do, again, for just a moment, you saw something in the mirror walking with you two, excuse me.
I'm gonna take a step and stop, and I'm gonna say um, two things. One, our little conversation about our significant others. Make sure that's deleted out of the video.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Two, tell me you saw that.
So what?
Tell me you saw that there was a, that. Tell me, tell me you saw that there was possibly a third person that was walking with us in that mirror.
Oh, Eric, I don't like this. I don't like that. I don't like that. Go ahead and make me a grit roll. We're gonna say that this is gonna be a difficulty 5.
That's a one.
Uh, you feel a chill run up your spine. And actually, because that was a 1, for those who are just tuning in for Crit Hit Chronicles, part of the fun with this show is anytime a critical success or a fail is rolled, it gets added into my little book here for reasons. So,
Excuse me. Come
hmm?
again.
What was that?
Squeeze me.
This weird?
Hmm? Hmm?
Sorry,
Baking
what
soda.
book? What book?
The Chronicle.
You know what they're trying to get you to do, Cujo.
Um. Oh, right. We talked about this. What? What is she? You know what? Actually, Daryl, you did it so well before. Could you?
I had a feeling you were going to ask.
Yeah.
The book.
Kenzie's like, what the fuck did I sign up for?
I know what Hocus Pocus is.
It is that time of year, after all.
It is 100%.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Uh,
I hope you wrote my name pretty in there.
I did. I absolutely did. With calligraphy and everything. I didn't do that.
Fun fact: Doug Jones and I went to the same college. Doug Jones plays the zombie in Hocus Pocus.
Oh shit.
Yes, he plays a lot of creatures and a lot of things.
Um, Eric, you feel a chill run up your spine and your muscles lock as you know you saw something in that mirror. Sarah kind of like moves around to the front of you and it's like, "Hey, hey, hey. Um it's fine. It's fine. It's okay because
Hmm.
it's the light that we got two flashlights bouncing off of the mirror. It's okay. Everything is
Okay, then angle yourself to where you're not in it. Flash the light into the mirror. I'm going to walk on through. Tell me if there's somebody that is walking with me.
okay. All right, I'll stand right here.
Make sure you're recording too.
Oh yeah, yeah, I've been recording this whole time.
Okay. And I'm going to take that step. I'm going to walk right in front of it once more. This time I'm focusing on not looking, but also looking out of my periphery.
Okay.
Peripheral.
You shuffle back and you feel that tremble in your limbs. And you keep an eye on the mirror. And there nothing walks with you, but you kind of like fully glance at it and you could swear that you see someone in the corner staring at you through the reflection.
Sarah, turn to the corner now.
What? And
Turn to the corner now.
as you say that, a couple things happen. Lori, you are standing by the front door. Uh, and you're sort of trying to get an angle through the doorway that they had walked through to get to the stairwell to go to the second floor. And as you are trying to get a good view, easy as you are pacing around the car, having heard something, Megan, as you are grappling with a rather difficult conversation, the doors slam shut. Lori, I need you to make a flight roll as they are slamming shut hard and all they look like they're about to knock you off your feet.
That's a 7.
7. Okay. You hear the creaking of the doors before they slam shut, and you move out of the way just in time as they slam and refuse to start moving. At the same time, Eric, as you say, turn to the corner, you see Sarah say, "What?" And her feet get pulled out from under her, and she gets dragged by something into one of the bedroom doors, and the door slams shut. You can hear the sounds of struggle, the sounds of screams, and the house almost starts to reverberate with the sounds that are coming through from everything that's happening right now. What is everybody doing?
Lori is banging on the front door and shouting, Eric! Eric! Sarah!
Okay. Go ahead and make me a brawn check.
2.
2. You slam, you bang, 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 you hammer on the door, and the door is not giving. You can hear that it's echoing out into the house. There are small window slits that are inside the door or on the door itself. The glass has long since been shattered, but you are slamming against the door and it is not budging.
Um, do I hear? Can I hear like the house shaking and all this stuff? And I hear the Lori
Yes.
scream. I give one last look at Megan in the car. And just go, ah, shit, and I run up to where Lori is, knowing
Okay.
full well I have no plans of going into the house. I'm just gonna try and get the doors open
Okay.
after hearing them slam.
Okay. Go ahead and make me a brawn check.
Um, before I do, is Lori gonna be helping me with this?
Yeah, I think she's already been like just continuing to struggle
Okay,
with it.
okay. Let me see. What is my brawn? Choose a good die, Daryl. Uh, and it's a +1 for someone helping you.
Yes.
That is a 9.
9.
A
It
total of
takes you a
9 with the help.
couple of tries, a couple shoulder checks before eventually you do shoulder the doors open and one of them almost like breaks off of the hinge. You can feel the ground shake a little bit and that roof that's over the entryway vibrates a little bit. But the house is now open to you. Megan, what are you doing?
Oh, I'm getting out of the car, and I'm gonna run up. Like I'm not. First off, creepy shit. Don't want to be left alone, but also there's shit going down. Like I have to go be with my friends. So I get out the car, slam the door shut, and run towards the house as well.
Okay. As you run towards the house, I need you to make a flight roll.
Oh, it's not ominous or anything. It's a 4.
A 4.
Yeah.
Uh, Easy and Lori, as you guys finally get the door open, you hear Megan start to run from the car, and the door slams shut. And just as she's about to make it to you, similar to what happened to Sarah, Megan's feet get pulled out from under her, and she starts being dragged out around the house. She's about to turn the corner.
I guess I
Lori
have to be
is
the
stepping
hero of the
through the
story.
Lori's stepping through like where the door was broken open into the house.
Okay. Lori, you can hear just this ambient, unsettling whispering that is now ever present as you are looking towards the stairwell.
I'm going to try and grab Megan, I
Okay.
suppose.
All right.
Oh,
And
what am I rolling?
go ahead and make me a brawn roll.
Oh, just broad. Okay.
Eric, what are you doing? You are muted.
Sorry, I am at the door that Sarah had went into, and I'm trying to bust that thing down right now.
Okay. I'm going to
And
need you to make a brawn check. I'm going to say that this is going to be a difficulty 10. As you are struggling against the door, you
I
can
can't.
hear.
I can't do a 10.
You can if your dice explodes.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Uh, it's a 1.
Oh
Oh,
boy. Okay.
God.
Uh
I
That's
rolled
your
a 2 on
second.
mine.
That's your second entry in the book
I
today.
understand. I understand that.
Okay. All right. Just
I
making
understand.
sure.
I can't switch dice at the moment, but I will after our break.
Was my difficulty also a 10?
your difficulty was an 8.
Oh yeah, I wasn't getting anywhere near that. Uh,
Oh shit. What'd you get?
I rolled a 2.
You rolled a 2. Okay.
It wasn't a 1, but
You you grab a hold of Megan and can feel whatever is pulling her is like fighting you, and you're starting to get dragged along with Megan, and you can see around the corner of the house that there is a cellar door that is standing open.
Okay,
Megan.
so she didn't slip out of my hands. I do
No,
have her. I'm
no.
just going with her.
You're just going
Okay.
with her at this point. Eric, you're finding it very difficult to focus and to gather your strength as behind you, the shadow perfectly covering their face, you see a female figure just from one end of the landing, slowly starting to get closer and closer, just sort of hovering towards you. Lori, you are now in the house. You hear the commotion outside. You can hear the screams upstairs. What do you do?
Yeah, I haven't stopped moving. I'm running through this front of the house and taking the stairs two at a time. Um, and I guess I'm just yelling their names as I'm going, Eric, Sarah, Sarah,
Okay.
as I run.
Go ahead and make me a grit roll.
2.
2. You make it to that landing, and you can see this female figure sort of in profile looking at Eric, who is like struggling against the door but looking back at her, and her head just looks in your direction, and you can see it is so difficult to see because there's so little light, but you can just see 2 red eyes looking directly at you from her inhuman pose. Megan.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
You are feeling
while yeah, while all this is going on, like I am like I have my fingers digging into Easy's arm. I'm just like screaming, just like don't let me go, don't let me go, don't let me go. And I'm like trying to stop crying. I don't know if it's working, but I'm trying to stop whatever's happening.
Okay. I'm going to need a joint brawn check from both Megan and Edwin.
So
Uh,
we're both rolling this.
Both of you are going to roll this.
All
Your
right.
combined difficulty is going to be 10. So both of you, you're going to add your scores together. This isn't really necessarily a rule in the game, but I'm going to go ahead and make it a thing.
I rolled a 5.
Okay.
I rolled a 9.
Okay. You, Megan, you feel that horrific terror in your heart. You are screaming. You feel the tears running down your face. You are holding on to Easy for dear life as you can almost feel hands having wrapped around your ankles. You can't see what has grabbed you, but you can feel that grip, that iron vice like grip pulling you closer and closer and closer. And just before it gets to that cellar door entrance, whatever it was that was holding on lets go. And both you and Easy tumble backward as the cellar door slams shut. What do you two do?
Get to the
I'm
car.
yeah. I'm scrambling to get to Easy just because I need some sort of comfort after all of this. But if he gets up and starts running
I
straight to
no.
the
I
car,
say I say get to the car. I'm saying
got
that
it.
to
Okay.
Megan.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, no, then I will scramble as best I can to my feet
Like
and
I'm
kind of
like
like
it's a
wipe.
very much a get up, go, 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 go. Like you feel my. I'm trying to push you to run as fast as I'm running right now.
Mhm.
If I
Mhm.
have to
Yeah.
drag you along with me, I'm doing that. Only
Okay.
because you're the only one out here with me, and apparently Lori's not on the freaking porch anymore.
Okay. So,
Yeah.
Megan, you're running to the car. Easy. What are you
Mhm.
doing?
Uh, my boy's still in the house. I didn't want to go in, but he's still in there.
Mm-hmm. You can hear the sounds of screams from Sarah in the house, too.
If I hear Sarah screams, I will run. I run in there definitely.
Okay.
And like as I'm going in, I say, Megan, get behind the wheel, get ready to drive off. Do not get out of the car.
Okay.
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 And I run inside.
Okay. Eric and Lori, you are both struggling to move as this woman is just sort of hovering and now has started floating closer to Lori. Eric, you can still hear the sounds of Sarah struggling and screaming behind the door that you're at. What do you two do?
Uh, I fuck. I think what goes through his mind right there is the door is still closed. It's not budgeting, but whatever the hell this thing is that's a approaching Lori, I think I think what I'll do is stop with the door and try and tackle the being down. I don't know if that's going to do anything, but we already have one person that, as far as I'm aware of, is at least in a room. I don't need one more to go. So I'm
Okay.
I'm going to do I'm gonna fight. I'm gonna do something.
Okay. Eric, I will need a fight roll. Uh,
You said
Lori,
fight?
what are you doing? Fight.
Yes. Okay.
Fisticuffs. Oh, you are muted.
Scary stuff was always Sarah's thing because it was cool and it was fun because it wasn't real. It was never Lori's thing because she thought it was stupid wanting to scare yourself, wanting to feel that adrenaline in your body. But now there is just adrenaline all through her body, and there are tears just silently running down her face. And she feels frozen. And then I think as Eric starts to move, she kind of breaks out of that and finishes climbing up the stairwell and
Mhm.
retakes his position of trying to bust through that bedroom door.
Okay. Go ahead and make me a brawn check. I'm going to say between the two of you, given that you're both sort of clinging to the bonds that have brought you here, go ahead and add a +1. Just whatever your result is going to be. Uh, Eric, what did you get?
For my what is it? For my fight, if that +1 is applicable, then
Mhm.
that's a 9.
9. Okay. And Lori, what did you get?
Got a 3.
Okay. Eric, you dive. It's like the two of you move at the same time. Eric, you dive at this image of this woman, uh, and you move, and it's like you blink, and she was one moment standing right there, and the next she's gone, and you slam into the wall, but now her appearance is nowhere to be found. Um, Lori, you are shouldering against the door as you're starting to hear Sarah's screams start to get lower and lower, and whatever's blocking this door, it is not a lock. It's like something is leaned up against the door and is literally trying to push it and hold it closed. At this point, easy, you are in the house.
Can I see them where they're at?
uh you can hear them up the stairs. If you want, you can sort of dash up after them.
Yeah, I'll run up the stairs as fast as I can.
Okay. You
Um,
can see Lori against the door to a bedroom that is refusing to budge.
Once again, I'll help. If I see Easy's kind of just, I mean, not Easy. If I see Eric's just like against the wall and fine, I'll go back to what initially I started in helping Lori getting a door open. So I'll go back to helping out there.
Okay.
It would have been one of
Like
those
and
like
when I run up, I'm just like, what the fuck? What door? And I
open
just
the
kind of
door.
Okay.
yeah, that's what happens.
All right. I'm going to say, because all three of you are on that landing and the
Mhm.
image of the woman is gone, um, it takes a couple moments before eventually the sounds of struggle and screams stop. You can finally get the door open. Inside, you can see the flashlight that Lori had given Sarah in the corner of the room, blinking, sort of refusing to stay on. You can see Sarah's phone on the other side of the room. And you can see Sarah on the floor in the center of the room, huddled in a fetal position, unmoving. Nothing
I
else.
run over and kind of like grab her up. Sarah, Sarah.
Is
As
she okay?
you run over to grab her and turn her over, her face is stuck in the look of abject terror, and she is cold to the touch.
No, 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 Sarah, please.
Lori,
Please.
what's wrong?
She's not moving.
What do you mean she's not moving?
I told you guys not to come in this house.
What do you mean she's not moving?
Sarah, please.
We gotta get the fuck. We gotta get out of this house. I don't know what the hell is happening. We have to bring her with us. We gotta bring her with us though. We cannot leave her here. Um, Here, I'll take her. I'll take her, and I pick her up. I'll pick up Sarah's body.
Okay. She is.
We gotta go because we don't know whatever the fuck that was. If it'll let us go.
The three of
And
you.
I start walking out.
Okay.
I pick up
You
her
all.
phone.
Okay. You can see that the screen is cracked. And You see, it must have affected the LCD too, because the image of her home screen is flickering and unstable.
It doesn't look like it's recording anymore.
Not that you could see, but the light was still on, if that helps. Uh, the three of you quickly shuffle out of the house. Easy, you've got Sarah's body. Megan, you see your friends go as fast as they can out of the house, but you can see that Easy is holding Sarah.
I assume that she's injured. And I'm gonna like lean over and I'm gonna unlock the passenger side door and I'm gonna push it open. Because we need. Hopefully that'll be easier for Easy to get her inside. And I just kind of like call and I just say, "Is everybody okay?"
Did anybody answer?
No, we just need to get to the hospital.
Okay,
I put I
let's
put
go.
Sarah in the way back. I've got some there's some blankets and stuff back there, so I kind of put her in the way back area and lay her out.
If
I'm
there's
assuming
enough
that
room, Lori
yeah.
goes
Oh,
back there.
there's 100% enough room, and I kind of like look to you to waiting for you to get back there. And I go, and in that moment of niceness he was giving to Lori, when he sees Megan behind the wheel of his car, he goes, "Move,
Okay,
move.
and
I got it.
I'll
I got it."
I'll shift over to the passenger seat.
Yeah, I put it in drive, and I try to get out quick, and I try to go before whatever just tried to grab everyone tries to grab the truck too.
Lori's gonna look back at the house.
Make me a brains check. Your difficulty is 5.
I got a 20.
Explode.
Yes.
Roll it again.
I did.
Oh, okay.
27 total.
27. Wow.
Nice.
Lori figured it all out before. It's just been sitting on it for over years. It's like I
This-
figured it all out.
This would have been great if we'd made this roll ahead of time. Gosh, could have known all this before.
Hey, two of us were like, "Don't go in there."
You look back at the house. The doors are closed once again. And in the second story window, you can just barely make out 4 shadows all up against the window, looking at the car as it gets further and further away. One of those shadows, because you rolled so high, is reaching out. And it looks a little bit like Sarah.
There's just a deep gut sob from the back.
This is the part where it's going to be a little bit of a time jump. You guys do make it to the hospital. You bring Sarah in. The authorities are called. And eventually, you are all told that Sarah seems to have passed away from a heart attack. What do you all do in maybe that next hour, 2 hours? What happens next for you guys?
Easy is kind of, are we in the hospital or are we like talking to police right now?
I mean, we can
If we're just
assume
in the
if you want.
yeah, if we're just like in a waiting room with each other after having been told this and having spoken to authorities, uh, Easy has kind of sequestered himself from the rest of everyone else and has just been kind of sitting, like seething to himself, going over everything, but still is seething a bit. One, because of the discovery he made, and two, because Sarah's gone. Or it could be the vice versa. It could be one because Sarah's gone and the discoveries he's made. He can't really figure out which one he's more upset about at this moment. It's a weird hodgepodge of emotions.
Okay.
Lori sits for a really long time in silence and despondent because even before the doctors come out and let them know, she knows. Until I think at one point, she just looks to Eric. Where were you?
She was next to me. She was literally right next to me. I. It happened so fast. I don't. I. We were in the same room together. I didn't leave her. She didn't leave my sight. I promise you. This was not one of those things where we split up from there. We stuck together. I'm sorry. I didn't think this was going to happen.
You just were egging her on about it. You didn't have to go inside.
It's just a ghost story. That's all. It's a spooky
That's
house.
just a ghost story. You saw what we saw.
No, it's not a ghost story anymore. I'm sorry.
You should be. I think
Okay.
Lori's gonna walk away.
Yeah, walk away.
Oh, shut the fuck up. She has every right to be as upset as she is.
Not yeah, we are all able to be upset about any number of things, but it doesn't give her the right to be upset at Eric. He didn't do anything wrong.
Grief is weird. Let her feel it. If I let how upset I was get to me, I would have just let your ass get grabbed too.
Okay. All right. Cool. Great. Awesome. Thank you. And I'm just going to pull out my phone and open up Uber and I'm just going to like walk outside the hospital because you know what? I don't fucking need this shit either.
And he repeats, "Oh yeah, just walk away.
I will.
Good
Thanks. Go
job.
fuck yourself.
Go fuck yourself,
Go
or go
fuck
fuck it,
yourself.
or go fuck my best friend."
You know what? Maybe I will. Maybe I will.
I'm sorry. What? What the fuck is going on between you two? It's right now. It's not even.
Grief is weird. Right, Easy? Grief is weird.
She has grief. I've got rage. There's a difference.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, no. For Sarah, I do have grief. But right now, if I focus too hard on that, I don't know where I'll go with it. So I'm going to focus on the other thing. To explain to you, Eric, I found out tonight that apparently our girlfriend was a thing that I don't know if you knew. I don't know if you didn't know. I don't know if you just said fuck years of friendship, whatever. I don't know.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Dude,
What?
I
What
know
are you?
you're smart. I know you're smart. I know you got what I just said.
I knew you said you were seeing somebody.
Yes.
And you were playing coy with whoever it was. I'm just gonna look between the two. It's just like, the fuck? What is this? What is going on here? What?
Apparently, we're living out an Usher song right now because we messing with the same girl. Sorry, I was trying to bring levity to a fucked up situation just now.
One of our friends have just died. And you both want to bring in this.
I don't. To be clear, I don't. This was not the time or the place for this, which is why I was trying to fucking leave.
Like I said, if I focus too hard on one thing, I don't know where I'll go with it. This seemed like the lesser of the two worsts to work out. Since it's already a fucked up situation, what it can't get worse. We might as well work it
Oh,
out right here.
oh, it so can. You have the worst decision-making abilities. Like, why would you bring it up when you could just not have brought it up? How
I have
was one
bad
the
decision.
better option there?
I have bad decision making abilities. I'm not the one who went in the fucking house.
Wha-
I,
Nobody thought any of this would happen.
Two of us thought this would fucking happen. Not exactly what this was, but two of us very much said, "Hey, something bad might happen in there."
there's no fucking way any of us would have thought that this would have happened. Okay.
Oh no. Oh, I'm right there with you with whatever the fuck that was, but condemned household, accidents happen. Hey, stay outside, stay safe. Just do it on the porch. That's feasible. And I can't. Sarah was who she was. There was no stopping her. She was going to do that, and I can't really fault her that. I've known her for a while. It's hard to put blame when you don't want to put blame.
Oh, you're saying this is my fault? That all this was my fault? That I knew everything that was gonna happen tonight was gonna fucking happen tonight?
You've known me for a long time. You know, if I thought it was your fault, I would have said your name. I
Looks
have
like
no problem. I have no problem putting fault where fault needs to be.
then where's the fault then? Easy. Where's the fault? And I'm going to walk up closer to you and get really close into your space. Like, where's the fault, buddy?
Are you really trying to do this right now?
It sounds like you've already brought this in.
This was a conversation. You're taking it to something else.
Yeah, because it's shitty enough as it is that I feel completely responsible for this. But if you're just gonna go ahead and throw blame, you might as well say my name out there.
It sounds like you're blaming yourself, but you're looking for something else. So if you want that something else, let's go.
I don't think you want that. I don't think you want that at all, friend.
Eric, back up, please.
Just gonna
That's
stare
all I'm
you
going to ask.
down.
It's just back up, please. Because, like I said, this was one thing, this was a conversation, and you're trying to make it something else. So don't displace your own guilt on me saying you're guilty. Because I never said that. You're saying that.
I'm just gonna start. I'm gonna take a step back at this point. Be like, fine.
Where do we leave these individuals at the end of this awful, awful night? Where do we find them? We'll start with Lori.
Lori walked away and called Anthony to tell him that he didn't have to come anymore. And then she pretty much sits in the hospital until Sarah's parents have come, all of the paperwork that needs to be taken care of is taken care of until everyone has left. And it is just her.
You hear the parents when they go into the room. There's no words. It's not necessary. You can feel their grief. You can feel their confusion. And you can hear that wailing. It takes.
I think at
Oh, go ahead.
I think at this point, while that may have at one moment started Lori crying again, she's just empty and numb.
You find that image of that woman, it's difficult to let go of. It's vividly in your memory. Almost like everywhere you look, you half expect her to see, you half expect her to be there. Megan, where do we find you?
Um, hmm. Well, uh, I have a question. Uh, do I have any marks on my legs from being pulled?
You hike up your jeans, and maybe it was the adrenaline, maybe it was the trauma, maybe the heightened emotions from everything with this night. But you register that you have deep purple bruises around both of your ankles. And they almost look like long fingers.
Uh, in an attempt to get away from this situation, I probably, upon realizing that this is a thing, I probably would want to get checked out too. When my feet got pulled up from underneath me, I hit the ground kind of hard. So anything to kind of take me away from this situation and give me a moment to myself. Um, and I don't. I mean, telling the real story makes me sound a little unwell. So I just say that I had a bad fall and I just wanted to make sure that everything was okay. I'm sure it came up what happened with Sarah, and I'm sure I'm kind of putting two and two together, that I was really close to, finding myself in the same place. Uh, and on the one hand, I'm happy that I'm not there, and then selfishly thinking about Eric and Easy, I in this moment of anxiety and depression, I almost wish I was, because then at least I'd be out of this.
Um, the nurses and the doctor see to you. They make sure that you're taken care of. When the authorities eventually ask you about the bruises on your ankles, what do you tell them?
Uh I had a bad fall. There was a hill. I don't know. It could have been caused by any number of things. Um, it was all it all kind of happened really fast. I don't quite remember exactly what happened.
Okay. Eric, where do we find you?
I think I think I'll I'll walk away from this, but guilt is very much present. I'm I feel very responsible for everything that happened, for her death, and I rationalize in my head um that had I just not egged this on, we would Sarah would still be here. That this is all on me. And um I think also I'll probably talk with Megan and hear what she has to say with what Easy had said and try and get an understanding, because it sounds to me it sounds very much like it, that we're in a little bit of a messy situation, to at least get an understanding as to what's going on. Yeah.
Is that a conversation you guys want to have in this moment? I leave it up to you. We can also say that, you know, in time maybe you guys can reference it and figure out the specifics then. With this game, we're going to be kind of doing a little bit of jumping back and forth
Mm-hmm.
with some character stories. So if you would like to explore that, maybe later on in this series, we can absolutely do that. If you want to have the conversation now, by all means.
What do you want to do?
Yeah, I mean we can have it now. Why not? It's great. I've had my moment of respite, so let's keep it going.
For sure. Um, I think whenever you get done with your exam, Eric would probably still be looking down and ask, "What did Easy mean by that?"
I kind of slump down in the chair in the waiting room and I say, "What do you mean? What did he mean by that?"
It sounded to me like he said that you were our girlfriend. What I know what that sentence means, but I need you to break it down for me, because I need to know.
I, we never defined what we were. Uh we were having fun and we were dating and we were figuring stuff out and you know I was just figuring stuff out with him too.
And it it never seemed to cross your mind to tell me that you and him were seeing each other. I would have
we
respected that.
we had never defined it. There was never a conversation about let's I want to be oh god, what do people say? I want to be like exclusive, right? Like there was never we never talked. I didn't know that it would be a thing. I We hadn't talked about it. but I'm sorry. I it wasn't it I didn't know where it was going, and I you didn't know where it was going, and I didn't know what was going on with Easy, and we were all just kind of trying to figure stuff out, and you know
You could have at least said, "Hey, I'm seeing Easy." We that could have been a conversation starter to be like, "Oh, cool," and then we could have defined the relationship, not just
I know,
I'm
I know.
taking you on dates, I've taken you out on weekends where it's just me and
Yes,
you,
I know, and I love them.
but none of that. Just none of that just screamed to you like, "Oh, I should probably tell him that you should tell me that I am that."
I figured whenever you were ready to have the conversation about what we were, that's when it would come up. But we hadn't had the conversation, and I figured that you didn't want to be serious and exclusive and have me be like the only person. And I don't know. I'm sorry, Eric.
You're just gonna see as I get up and I'm walking out the door. I'm
Eric,
walking out.
Eric, come on.
Is Easy still in the hospital?
I would have stayed till Sarah's parents got there.
Okay.
The entire time, still sort of sequestered from Lori, just sequestered from everyone, and I've just been looking at my phone. And what no one else can see is that I've been going through a photo album of me and Sarah from when we were together before her and Lori were officially together.
She Sarah's like leaning into you in the picture. And she's got that smile on her face.
Um, I would like to point out this is for everyone, specifically. Though Easy has been upset, he has done that very annoying thing that some people do. That even though they're upset, they're not yelling at you.
Mm,
They're still just talking to you, trying to keep it calm, but just broach. And it's that thing of like making the other person more upset with how calm they are.
mm-hmm.
It's only now that while he's going through this album, he gets like a few he gets a little misty. He never lets it break fully down. He never lets a full tear form, but his eyes just get really red. But he's doing that thing of like covering his face, of looking the other way, looking around, doing everything to not let a single tear fully form.
Mm,
Um, really internalizing a lot of it, trying to work it out mentally to himself.
mm,
But when Sarah's parents get there, he's mostly been staying in case it seemed like Lori needed anything. But as soon as the parents get there, that's when he leaves.
okay. We'll say just for timing, uh, as you are getting ready to leave after seeing Sarah's parents arrive, you see Eric also having just left the room where Megan had been checked out. Does anything happen with you two?
This is still inside the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
Does Eric see me?
I don't think so. I think his just single focus to get out of the hospital and just get out of here.
He looks between them. And in all the years of friendship that Eric and Easy have had, there have been debates, but never fights. They've never gotten physical with each other, I don't think. Friendly wrestling, just dicking around type stuff, but never. Eric's never gotten in his face like that. And I feel like Eric knows Easy the most. So he knows that the entire time he's known Easy, Easy has just had this underlying rage within him, but he always buries it deep for the sake of everyone else. And so he does it again right here. And he just, as he sees him walking out, he goes, if he gets near me, I'm probably going to start it again. I'm just going to walk away. So when Eric actually does exit the hospital, by the time he's exited the hospital, I'm back at my truck
Mhm.
and doing something. Another thing that Eric has never seen him do. He is smoking a cigar. He's got a black and mild in his mouth and a pint of alcohol that he's pulled out of his glove compartment that was always locked. And he's just kind of in the parking lot of this hospital. He has a cigar in his mouth and he's just doing a little pull of this Hennessy bottle. That was for Ian in the chat. He just takes one last look at the hospital, puts out the cigar, puts the bottle back in the glove compartment, locks it again, and drives off.
Okay. We're now going to take a quick 10-minute break so that we can use the bathroom, get some water, decompress after this heavy moment. But to those of you in chat, thank you so much. We'll be back in about 10 minutes. Please go use the bathroom, get a drink of water, take your medicine if you haven't, and we'll see you in about 10 minutes. Oh, I hate it. I hate that made it through. I
Yeah.
hate that made it through so
I'm
much.
so glad that it did too.
Ugh,
I'm
gross.
I'm as upset as you are, if that makes you feel any better.
Yeah, well, that's great. Hi everybody. Welcome back to Whispers of Sarah. We come back to these wonderful people 1 year later. We're not Daryl.
I'll get it together. I'll get it together. It's all right.
Do your thing. It's fine.
You're a professional, sir.
Yeah. God. No, it's fine. Where do we find these wonderful characters 1 year removed from the, I don't want to assume, but one of the worst nights of their lives? Let's start with Easy.
Easy, fully graduated. The entire time he was in school with everyone else, he had a bunch of other projects that he was working on, trying to get patented while still in school, and trying
Mhm.
to work around the whole thing of like, oh, if you're in school and you use our resources, we own it. He was doing a lot of trying to work around that. That's a thing that actually is that is real. Uh,
Jesus.
yes, that is a
Fuck
real
school.
thing. So he was doing a thing of working on it somewhat there, somewhat off campus, so he could own it fully and working under the radar. But the relationship with Megan started taking precedent on a lot of those. So with her no longer in the picture, he was able to actually finish a few of those, and he sold a few patents to the government, um, and established his own security company called Easy Security Solutions.
Mhm.
Um, he has become
No,
what?
just look at V.
Yeah, yeah. You were
Everything's
the
fine.
problem in his life.
Oh,
You
damn.
were holding him back from his potential. He would have left school and been a billionaire already, but no, you were in there
Wow.
just just
Damn.
a
All right.
fucking his best friend.
Don't
So
blame me for your bad choices. That's all I'm saying.
you were the bad choice, so I can blame you.
Don't
Yeah, but
blame
you
Um,
made
me.
that bad choice.
You made the choice. I didn't make that choice for you.
Welcome to this
anyway,
horror game.
this is hey, personal horror is still horror.
It's true. It's very
Heterosexual
true.
relationships are horror.
Yes.
Just across
Yeah.
the board.
It's really the only kind I know.
You poor man. Anyway, continue.
Um, so he is established fairly well known security company. It deals in personal security, private security, home security, those three tiers specifically. So he provides uh actual, like, he has men that actually are personal security escorts for people. He does home security things. I like in the same vein of I can't remember all the real world home security alarm systems companies. He does that. Um and a few other things that he cannot mention, nor shall I, because they are quote unquote redacted. Uh,
Oh damn.
yes, in the year since, essentially, he graduated very soon after this event. Uh, Once again, you feel like maybe he was sticking around because his friends were in college and he could have graduated at any time. Much like he feels like his former best friend Eric could have, because they were very smart, and he knew that Eric was very smart and he didn't. He was just sticking around to stick around with his bud. But whatever, he's still there if that's what he's doing. Whatever, I don't know what he's doing anymore. Uh,
Totally fine
whatever.
with it. Totally fine. Everything's fine.
It doesn't matter. I don't miss him at all. Fuck that guy. Whatever.
Mm.
I've got a new person in my. She's not. It's not a relationship, but we're close. She is my CEO of my company that I own. I met her at a security conference. She was formerly from the NIS in South Korea. That's how we met, and I convinced her to eventually leave that and come work for me. And she eventually became my CEO, one of the closest people in my life. For those at home, we have a big Tony Stark, Pepper Potts type relationship. But in the first movies, before they gonna get to, we're
Mhm.
very flirty. We will they, won't they? But obviously, they probably will type deal.
Mhm.
But for the most part, he has kind of put the events out of his mind. Like he put all of his eggs into the this. It was like this traumatic thing happened. I'm not going to let that traumatize me though. I'm
Mhm.
going to work towards this now
Okay.
because if I work, it won't bother me.
Okay. Um, where would Easy be on a typical day?
Hmm. He has a workshop in his house. So usually he's working on some new. So his workshop consists of an actual workbench where he actually does put together these hodgepodge, either blueprints or I forget the words for it, for like the base model of something
Prototype.
before. Yeah, it's a prototype where he puts together like a prototype to send to.
Mm.
He's both a Steve Jobs and a Wozniak, and that he'll kind of build something up and then he'll send it out to for perfection to the other people he employs. But
Mm.
also he will. It's right next to that is a computer system where he like will write code for
Mm.
other types of security because maybe one of the lesser known portions is he has security, uh, uh computer security codes as well to
Mm.
help prevent people hacking your systems and things of that nature.
Okay.
But usually he is at home in his workspace, and
Mhm.
sometimes he'll go out to these conferences or he's training.
Mm. Um, you'll hear the doorbell ring out.
In his I'll call it his hobby room because it's the computer, the workbench, and then there's a bunch of workout equipment in there as well, and a heavy bag and all this other stuff. So it's just his hobby room. That is not that is not her name. That is not her name. V, I see your goddamn
I don't know what you're talking about.
see your comments.
Mhm.
Um he had so because he works on security systems very much as soon as someone approached even his driveway,
Mhm.
he was aware and watching the and had like the camera system watching them the entire way up. So
You
he
can,
sees them. Yes.
yeah, you can see Lily uh holds up a bag of food, and she just sort of has that look like, I know exactly what you're doing, and I know exactly how you work, and I know you have not eaten yet.
He has a soldering gun in one hand and a dumbbell in the other. And he just kind of pushes the button to buzzer in. He puts them down immediately and just pushes the button to buzzer in.
uh she'll eventually walk in and immediately go into the kitchen. She doesn't even really say hi. She just sort of walks about like this is
She
normal.
owns the place. Yeah.
Yeah, she kind of walks around like she owns the place and starts cooking a nice protein based meal because she knows that you're trying to stay in the best shape and all that. If you did ever go out to meet her, she would probably just go straight into business talk. It's like, yeah, ADT tried to come out with a prototype rivaling something you already came out with, and it's falling flat. So no need to worry about that anymore. And she's just meandering through your kitchen, taking care of
Like
everything.
he does eventually. He walks out immediately.
Mm.
He has a bottle of water. He goes, ADT. Wow.
Yeah,
They need to stick to what they're good at.
yeah. You'd think that they would, but they're kind of stupid over there. So,
Well,
but
they don't have the best CEO in the world.
mm, mm, if you say it one more time, it really does, it makes it like echo off of the walls. And yeah, I just love that sound. Could you maybe
But that
just
you're the
one more
best
time?
CEO in the world. I don't know if
Thank you.
that's exactly true. I don't even know if I said that to you just
No,
now.
it's
Is
too
that a?
late. It's too late. You already
I
said
think
it.
Lily. I feel like you're hearing things.
I don't know what you're talking about. You put it out into the ether, and therefore it is reality. So that's just how this works.
Uh, uh.
Did you eat?
Actually, you know what? You know what? I don't know if anyone else's CEO would come to their home and make them food. So I guess you're okay.
Hmm,
Yeah,
I'll
I
take it. I'll take it. Did you did eat? When did you eat? And what did you eat? Just curious. Just sort
I
of.
ate. I ate. Obviously, I okay. You didn't meet me a year ago. I'm
Hmm,
easily about 40 or 30 pounds heavier,
hmm.
and
So
that's
if
also
I
for the crowd at home. He was 180 a year ago. He's put on a massive amount of muscle weight, muscle in the meantime.
all right,
He's
well,
done nothing but work out and work on his craft, so he's put on a lot of weight in this time.
That's
okay.
Um,
healthy.
well, initially when I came up with this character, I was thinking it was like 5 years later. So now we're just gonna get right to it.
Yeah,
Uh,
hey.
hey, it's called a dirt. It's he dirty bulked for the first 3 months and did a good clean cut for the rest of it. All right.
Um the two of you banter back and forth. Um but things seem to be relatively nice and calm. We're now going to shift to Eric. Eric, where do we find you 1 year later?
He's probably graduated at this point. He's on a government. He's working as a contractor for a government agency. He's working either working as an analyst right now. For the most part, he presents as a very clean cut kind of a person. He shows up to work, does what he needs to do, and then when he cuts out, he'll put his all of his piercings back on, wear the shirts that he's more comfortable in, and he will go out and party. And some days you'll see you'll see one femme presenting person leaving out of his apartment. Another day you'll see a mask presenting person leaving out of his apartment. Sometimes you'll see a couple people leaving out of his apartment. It's just depending on what's going on, and how he's
Interesting.
feeling that day.
Okay. Where would we see Eric on a typical evening?
um if we're in the middle of the work week, he will generally keep it chill. Um, he doesn't really venture out too much anymore. Um, After, you know, what's his face at the one place, um, he just kind of stays home, chills out. Um, Occasionally he does have to make he will go home. This is just rambling at this point of just like, hey, he will end up going home. He will talk to his mother and he will see Edwin there and will make be very cordial with Edwin before vamoosing as quickly as possible
Mm,
after everything's gone out. But I think just a regular night, he's at home watching TV, watching YouTube or
mm.
whatever he's feeling.
Okay. Um, you get a phone call from your mom.
Okay. As soon as I answer, I'm like, "Hey, Ma, what's up?"
Hey, you left so quick. We can even stay for dessert. What's going on?
I just got a lot going on, and I don't really feel like, I wasn't really hungry, so I just wanted to kind of like, I just wanted to head on out, Mama. I'm sorry, I didn't.
Honey,
I know.
honey,
Yes.
I've seen you go for two helpings of dinner in the
Hmm.
past. You barely had anything to eat this time. I just I worry about you. And if it's this thing with easy, like you guys can just talk.
Me and Edwin are completely fine living our own lives the way that we are. Everything's all right, Mom. I promise. Nothing for you to worry about. I will be fine. Don't you? You can let his mom know that we, like I said, we're cordial. We want to make sure you guys have a blast. Just because we may not be as close as we were a year ago, doesn't mean you guys can't. We promise we will stay as cordial as possible.
Okay. Well, next time you come over for dinner, please at least stay for dessert because we like seeing you and spending time with you. Okay?
All
Can
right,
you make me
all
that
right.
promise?
I will, Mama. I promise.
Thank you. I love you.
I love you too.
Just take care of yourself, okay?
You know me.
Okay. She'll hang up the phone.
Click. Toss my phone to the other couch.
There's a blip of like some dating app that like goes off at some point, whether you acknowledge that or not is up to you.
No, I'd
Um,
probably like reach over. Hold on, real quick. Eric.
well, while Eric explores the messages that he just got, we're going to switch to Megan. Where do we find you a year later?
Really similar to the rest of the crew so far. I'll have graduated at this point, but the any drive or ambition that kind of existed a year ago kind of disappeared. The last couple semesters were really rough. And I am incredibly fortunate that Tony and I have the amazing parents that we do, because once I graduate and take my degree and move on, I don't have to look very hard for a job, which is good because don't. I don't look for work at all, have no desire to look for work. My parents, they have a couple different business ventures, but one of them sees me take up a job in like middle management, which is, of course, I'm a total nepo baby. Um, just, it makes it easy. I don't have to worry if things aren't going great, because my parents own the company. So it's fine, and that really comes in handy because at night it is clubs and drinks with the girls, and um any number of drugs depending on who I'm hanging out with, just kind of an assortment, a variety, if you will, just like fun stuff, right? Like and coke and like whatever. And that's the night. And then the morning, 9, 10, 11, roll up, take a shower, go to work. um and then I'm gone by 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Take a nice early day because obviously I work very hard. I definitely deserve it. Uh, go shopping, new clothes, meet up with the girls, and do it all over again.
Okay. Um, as you're leaving one night to call it a work night, um, one of the
Important
other
question: Was it
yeah
is it a long work day or is it a short work day? Like five
short work
hours or
day
like okay, so about 2 hours. Okay, cool,
yeah
great.
um we'll say the person who's like immediately below you
Hmm.
kind of catches you right before you leave. um I just real quick, sorry, I don't want to bother you.
Oh yeah, what's up?
Yeah, no, it's Stacy's working on that big project, and she needed to get some extra help. Is there any way that we can um get some?
Um, why can't Stacy handle it herself?
Well, she can. She's actually working overtime to make sure that it gets done. She just needs some
That's
approval
good.
from upper management at this point, and given that I don't have authorization to do that, um, sort of looking to you. Um,
Oh, okay. So like you don't mean like she needs like another person. She just needs someone to like approve the overtime?
well, yeah, I mean, yeah, and maybe some additional help. She's really working hard trying to earn a little bit more responsibility and everything. So just kind of we would be nice if um
Who's on the team with her? Who's on that
well
project with her?
I am and then Brian is attached to that too. So
Okay, so do you want the overtime? Do you want me to give it to Brian?
it's fine. I'll do that. That's fine. I'll take it.
Okay. Well, I mean, like you don't have to. Like I can give it to Brian if Brian would rather have the hours. Like if you don't want the overtime. Like it's fine if you don't, right? Cuz like obviously like if you find that like if you think you have like something better to do if this project like isn't as important, like and you can go out and like have a social life after work, like that's totally fine. And I can just see if Brian is more of a team player that we need around here.
You see this expression like this motherfucker, but she hides it for a moment. She says, "Okay, you know what? No, message received, loud and clear.
Okay,
Yeah, I got
so
it.
okay, great. So I will make a note and I will approve
Sure.
overtime for you and for Stacy. Thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
stepping up. I really appreciate you stepping up here.
At
It's
least
really
someone
really great.
does."
Yeah, it's
And
really
she,
great. Thank you so much.
okay, great. And she just immediately 180s and stomps back towards the
Megan
workspace.
ain't shit. That's like like in
Dude,
real life, like in real life.
I am channeling the worst people for Megan. I hope you're all
Good
enjoying this.
God, Jesus
Um
Love it.
Christ!
yeah.
You
Love
ever
it.
met
Do
somebody
you,
that you
boo?
just like? How have you've never been knocked out, and I feel like you would benefit from it? That's Megan.
You know
Oh
what?
my
I support
god.
Megan's lefts and rights. Okay, I'm just saying.
Absolutely.
Her
Absolutely.
right and
I
her
also
wrongs. I'm
support
here for
women's
it.
wrongs. Let's go.
There you go. Uh and then we come to Lori. Lori, where would we find you 1 year later?
Um, a year ago, Lori's life was on a very specific track. She had already graduated. She was en route to become a public defender. She was in a pretty solid, though new but solid feeling relationship. There looked to be some sort of stable future. Um, some might call it being off the tracks, others might call it just a different track. But Lori spends most of her time at Bates College, where she shouldn't be on campus. She's never gone there. She's not a student, she's not faculty, and somehow has a key card. In the library, in the anthropology, archaeology department, working with Dr. Monica Fields, who is an archaeologist, but with a specialty in the more supernatural.
Mhm.
And Lori has become a little obsessed.
Okay. Um so would we assume that on a typical night we would probably find Lori in the library?
Hmm. Or
Okay.
in the department's offices.
Okay.
Yes.
Um, there are some other students and faculty and whatnot that have late nights. So sometimes you might not be alone. But oftentimes, considering how obsessed you are with this research, um, you do find yourself alone. And on one particular night, I will say pushing like midnight,
Yeah,
the
red eyes,
oh yeah.
like hasn't eaten in hours.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Um the door to the library opens and Dr. Fields walks in. And she's older, but she's not like tight with her position, her doctorate, any of that. Um, she walks in and like knows exactly where to look. Like she just sort of turns around the corner and sees you at that same table with your books and your notes and your research. And she's got a bag of Chinese food. And she slowly approaches, just doesn't really say anything, but she just sits across from you, places the Chinese food on the table.
Lori opens the bag, pulls out a box, and says, "Believe this is against the rules."
Well, I'm a little bit of a rebel. What can I say? You okay?
Yeah, I'm good. Starts to eat.
Hmm. Um, don't get me wrong. I love, I love the camaraderie we have established. I'm a big fan of yours, just in general, in life and everything. We never really talk about what brought you here, and I, I guess I'm worried about you because we're starting to get to multiple nights a week where I can see your car in this parking lot with nobody else's.
What brought me to the library?
What brought you to this research? What brought you to all of this?
Well, Dr. Fields, what brought you to all this?
Well, I'm a nerd. I mean, I was always fascinated by the mythology and sort of ghost stories of the different cultures out there, you know. I was always fascinated by watching those old horror movies when you're a kid and you feel that fright, but for me I was excited to feel it. You know, I just wanted to kind of understand where some of these thoughts and stories came from. But while I enjoy it, and while it's a passion, while I've built my life around it, I also know when it's time to turn the lights off and go home and get some sleep.
I haven't found what I'm looking for.
Do you know what it is that you're looking for?
What do you know about Hook Hill Manor?
That's the old abandoned house just outside town.
Yeah.
Um, I know a few things. There's a family um, that owned the estate. They were connected to some of those old mines that used to be active back in the 60s, 70s. Um, and hold on while the DM looks up his notes. Don't judge me too harshly while I scroll, unfortunately, through everything. Do. This is great. I love being prepared.
Meanwhile, suddenly back in Easy's mansion. Uh,
There we go. Um, yeah, they were um, coal miners. Um, they had a small empire until the mines had dried up, and everything slowly got taken away piece by piece. The house was all they had left. Um, it was in the 60s when that downfall kind of happened. So um, I heard that there was some uh, debts that the family was responsible for paying that they didn't quite make happen. Um, Unfortunately, they were all found dead in their home one winter morning. It looked like the heat had gone out and they didn't have anything to, you know, take care of themselves. Um, there was a rumor that there was a second son, um, but all official records were just Miranda, Benedict, and then their son Harrison. But um, yeah, I mean, it's sort of an eyesore. I don't really know why it's still standing and why it hasn't been dealt with, but why?
As she's been speaking, Lori's eyes had kind of drifted right off to the side of her head, looking into two red eyes. and then looks back. Oh, I'm just looking into that house. That's all.
Hmm.
It's
Well,
of some interest. I've heard some tales.
hmm, well, just there's enough food in here for a couple nights, so you've got some leftovers. I'm giving you an hour before I come back, and I have to be all motherly to a non-child of mine, but I'll do it if I have to.
Non-child, non-student.
Mm-hmm.
We're like friends.
Sure. Get some food in your system.
Oh, it's good. Thank you.
Mm. She kind of gives that like knowing like one day, and she'll get up and make her way out of the room. As you have that quiet again, do you have a notebook that you're sort of taking additional notes and everything down on?
Yeah, I think I have a notebook. I think these are like the same books I have read over and over and over
Mm-hmm.
again because a futile search for information that doesn't exist. So the notebook is like the fifth one I've been through. It's scrawled all over, doodled, scribbles, barely intelligible handwriting, but it's there.
Okay. As you go back into your notes, your notebook starts flipping pages on its own. Multiple books. All of the books on the table. The pages start flipping back and forth, almost like a torrent is passing through the library in front of you. You start feeling the shelves around you shake as a couple of the books fall off the shelves. Um, at the same time, Megan, you get into your car and you go to turn it on, and everything electronic goes haywire. Your radio starts cycling through hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of songs and radio stations and talk shows. Your headlights keep flashing on and off, on and off. Everything in your car starts freaking out. Um, Eric, your TV and your radio and everything in your apartment starts to shake, and you can hear some of your dishes fall out of the cabinet and crash to the ground and shatter on the tile floor. Edwin, as you are back in your workshop, your code that you're starting to write starts going haywire. You're seeing tons and tons and tons of lines and code before eventually it starts saying, "You left me, you left me, you left me, you left me," over and over and over and over and over. Um, all of this happens simultaneously and then stops as Kenzie's phone rings.
I think there's a second where she lets it ring and like quickly scrambles to get it.
Number it's just like unknown caller.
She wouldn't usually answer an unknown caller, but she does this night.
And you hear breathing.
Hello?
Why did you leave me?
I didn't think I was.
I can't see. I can't breathe. I can't feel anything. I'm scared.
Logically, Lori knows that she watched them put Sarah's body in the ground. But hearing her voice when she thought she'd never hear it again, I'm coming for you. I'll come back for you.
Good luck. And you hear this deafening screech in the phone as it immediately as the phone goes haywire and eventually just turns off by itself. And that's where we're going to end tonight's episode.
I feel a little bit like I almost got a bloody nose.
Yeah. That's definitely the vibe. Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. Yes.
So,
Need a minute. My God.
to everybody who tuned in tonight, thank you so much. Welcome to Whispers of Sarah. This is episode 1 of 4. Before we sign off for the evening, let's go around and reintroduce our wonderful cast and where we might find them, and maybe do a check-in and make sure everybody's good. Hey, V, how you doing?
Oh, I'm great. I just gotta say, Sarah doesn't sound like she's whispering too much. That was a very loud whisper right at the end there. So maybe we need to rename the fucking game. Uh, Whispers of Sarah, Death of V. Either one, it's fine. But yes, no, I am doing great. This is phenomenal. Bless this mess. It is all so good so far. And we yeah. But I'm V, and I've been playing Megan Heather, who is a lovely, wonderful person and everybody's favorite manager. Definitely 100% not a terrible person. You can find me on the internet at V is for Vampire because my name is V and I like vampires. And most of the time, you can find me doing all the stuff over at Queen's Court Games, which is my little corner of the internet. But also here at Crit Hit Chronicles, whenever Cujo decides that I'm good enough to show up on his channel, or over on Other Cider Studios, playing another horrible character in another horror show. Go check that out. That's actually premiering on the 2nd. Literally, my episode comes out in like 3 days. It's going to be so, so good. So go check that out if you like terrible, awful people in horror scenarios. It's very, very good.
There's a theme forming.
So yes, no. You know how they say some people have a type. I have a type cast. So yes, but that is me. I am V.
All right. Justin, where might we find you?
Yeah. So hi, GM Justin here again. You can find me over on all of my socials at Forever GM Justin. You can also find me over at Roll D5, where we specialize in playing indie TTRPGs. It's coming up next month. I'm running a part 2 of the worst days, the Y2K bug 2, coming out on the 16th. But yeah, and then you can find me all there's so many fucking channels that I appear on, that yeah, just follow my socials to keep up with where I'm at. That's the best thing I could tell you. And yeah, that's all I got.
All right. Hey, Daryl, where might we find you?
You can find all of my links to things on daryldorsey.card.co. But if you don't want to go there, you can just find me on Twitter at Mr. _Daryl Dorsey. The same exact thing for Instagram and or Twitter. At Twitter. Um, as far as places you can find me, I'm in a lot of things like much like Justin is. check out my actual play podcast. It is nowhere near as refined as Queen's Court Gaming, mostly because I am the one editing it and
Mhm.
running it and casting it. So I'm at the end of the day, I'm just like, man, y'all gonna get some of this in between shit. And y'all gonna get us bantering in between, and that's where I find a lot of people are just like, yeah, like how you'll just talk to each other. That's cool. So if you want to just hear us playing games with each other, I'm currently putting out the very last episode of our 2 to 3 year Vampire the Masquerade game, uh, which should be coming out this week, and we'll slowly be putting out our Curse of Strahd game because I wanted to keep it horror and vampires and return some of our D&D players who had never played Vampire the Masquerade at the time, which was most of the crew, back to D&D.
There you
You
go.
can very much tell that they had never played anything but D&D when we played
Mhm.
VTM because they were like, we could just break into people's houses, and I'm like, people don't like that.
Who knew?
But
Sounds like they needed
people
easy
don't like
security
that,
systems.
and people die here. And also, let me look at this real life map. All right, now kick it to someone else.
And then Kenzie, where might we find you?
Yeah, my name's Kenzie. I played Lori. You can find me at K Tartaglione 8 on most socials, and you can also find me on Queer PG, which is the podcast I run, where we focus on playing games made by queer designers. We have a few episodes coming out this month, and our 2 year anniversary is coming up on Halloween. And then soon after that, on the 7th of November, we premiere our third full season of a Thirsty Sword Lesbians game. So
Hell
very
yeah.
excited. Over the next couple weeks, we'll be doing cast announcements and character art showing offs. So yeah, keep an eye out.
All right. And I am Cujo. I have been your chronicler for this evening. You can find me at Cujo Plays Games and at Crit Hit Chronicles, unless it's Twitter, in which it's Crit Hit Chron, because character limits are a thing. You can find me consistently on Wednesday nights over at Nerd Immersion playing D&D 5.5 2024 D&D, one of those titles. And Thursdays, you can find me here running Tales of the Valiant. Thank you to Kobold Press for that sponsor. Love you guys. And then, yeah, for the next few weeks on Sundays, you can find us here for some further spooky stories of the Whispers of Sarah. Um, but yeah, that is all for us this evening. We're going to go ahead and set up a raid for Aaron, my laundry, who is a wonderful darling. We love Aaron so much. Um, but
Tienes
in the
mi
meantime,
corazón.
in the meantime, be nice to each other. We love you. We appreciate you. And we'll see you guys next time. Bye, everybody.